He was in a blind fury that day. Muslims killed his pregnant wife, his sister-in-law, her baby, he tells me.
The vigilantes have just left the village. Now it's time for the Muslims to bury the dead.
The following report contains some disturbing images.
The winners in this conflict, delirious with victory. The Christians were victims, now they're on top. It's a dangerous time to be Muslim. A charred and dismembered body is dragged through the streets. Christians have just killed a Muslim passerby. Wanja, Mad Dog Magloire, was at the head of the mob. He was in a blind fury that day. Muslims killed his pregnant wife, his sister-in-law, her baby, he tells me. They broke down the door and cut the baby in half. I promised I'd get my revenge. Revenge was an act of cannibalism. First, he stabbed his victim. "You are Muslim, Muslim, Muslim," he said. I poured petrol over him. I burned him. I ate his leg, right down to the white bone. The victim was just passing through on a bus. Most Christians are horrified, but resigned. No one tried to help him, say these eyewitnesses. Everyone's so angry with the Muslims. No way anyone is going to intervene. This happened at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when the streets were crowded with people, just like you see today. Everyone we've spoken to is still at a loss to know what to make of it. Was it the act of a madman? Was it somebody who'd been pushed by sectarian hatreds? Was this explained perhaps by traditional beliefs in magic and sorcery? Was this explained perhaps by traditional beliefs in magic and sorcery? These fighters are Christians, but they also believe in magic. Their amulets contain soil from their ancestors' graves. Some carry the flesh of enemies they've killed. These charms are a delicate subject, not often discussed with outsiders. We are bulletproof, says the commander. Mad Dog Magloire went further. Perhaps his crime resulted from his own demons, but to some Christians, he's a hero. That doesn't bode well for this country's future. Paul Wood, BBC News, Bangui.
So this video centers around a man who is referred to as Mad Dog, who saw his wife and child killed. So Mad Dog seeks revenge, and he victimizes a man passing through on a bus. He viciously kills the man, burns him, and then eats the flesh from the man's leg. The narrator asks, was he pushed by sectarian hatred? Well, if he was, then there is a very, very strong probability that Mad Dog is not a Christian. Christians do not do things out of hatred. And Romans 12:19 states, "Do not take revenge, my dear friend, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, it's mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord." Then the narrator asks if Mad Dog act can be explained by traditional belief of magic and sorcery. I think neither groups are adhering to any type of religious belief, and that both sides of this war is being fueled by forces of evil. Satan has very cleverly and deceptively waged a war against humanity in the Central African Republic.
The vigilantes have just left the village. Now it's time for the Muslims to bury the dead. They're weeping for the local mayor, killed during the night along with his son and another boy. Yusuf is overwhelmed. The mayor was his older brother, and a rare voice of tolerance in a nation consumed by rage. He'd held the job for 14 years, but he died here, tied up, shot, and hacked to death beside his son outside the mosque. All but a handful of locals have now fled into the bush. We're scared, he says. Where are the French to protect us? We've been totally abandoned. But this was quite a big village, more than 6,000 people. Now, these are all that are left, less than 100. And what they're desperately asking for is some international peacekeepers to come and stay here and ensure that they're safe. French troops are beginning to push into the countryside. Reinforcements are coming too, but not fast enough to protect every Muslim community now under siege. As for the killers, well, we found these men close by, members of the Christian militia group known as the Anti-Balaka. They're high on drugs and delighted about the mayor's death, though they say it wasn't their work. It's good he died, he says. The mayor was a Muslim. We don't want any of them to remain in this country. Even if he was a good man, he was a Muslim. No surprise then that there are scenes like this. A crowd of Muslims scrambling for food at a military airport. They've been waiting here for weeks for a plane abroad. The roads are still too dangerous. They're hungry and desperate. Some here talk of a long war to come, of how Muslims will seize back half the country for themselves. For now, though, they just want to get out. Andrew Harding, BBC News in the Central African Republic.